Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into a couple of pieces that really caught my eye, and I think you'll find them interesting too, especially if you're into Bitcoin, like I think you are. Okay, so we'll be checking out this news piece from Decrypt. It's called Elon Musk's Tesla moved $776 million in Bitcoin, but is still in control of wallets, Arkham. And then we'll be pairing that with some analysis from another article called Market Expects Volatility as Bitcoin and Ethereum Options Worth $5.02 set to expire this week. So today, I don't just want to tell you what Tesla did or what options expire even is, I want to explore why this all matters, especially if you're interested in crypto, actively. So first up, Tesla. This headline about them moving almost $776 million worth of Bitcoin, all of it, definitely raised some eyebrows for me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's a move that definitely grabs your attention. But what's interesting is that blockchain intelligence firm Arkham, they believe that Tesla just moved the Bitcoin to new wallets that they control. So they didn't actually sell it. They just kind of rearranged it.
So if they still own it, why even go through the hassle of moving it all? Moving that much crypto can't be easy, right?
That's a really good question. And it really highlights how complex it is behind the scenes to manage a large amount of Bitcoin, I mean, think about security. You hold that much value in one place, it makes it a target. So by diversifying their storage, using multiple wallets, Tesla is probably just trying to reduce that risk.
Makes sense. And Tesla's not exactly new to, big crypto moves.
Yeah.
Remember back in 2021, they invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. It was huge. And then, of course, there was the whole thing with Elon Musk and his concerns about Bitcoin mining and the environment, which led them to sell a bunch of their holdings. But here's the thing. Even after selling, Tesla's still one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin among all the companies out there.
Right. The only ones holding more are some Bitcoin miners, so the companies that actually make new Bitcoin, by verifying transactions. And then there's MicroStrategy. They've gone all in on Bitcoin.
So moving their Bitcoin around might seem kind of basic on the surface, but it could actually be a sign of how these big players think about Bitcoin, long term. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it definitely shows that even with Bitcoin being so volatile and uncertain, companies like Tesla still think it's worth holding on to. What this particular move means for their future plans, who knows? But it keeps things interesting, that's for sure.
For sure. Okay, so we've got Tesla shuffling their Bitcoin. But how does this connect to the other article about options expiry? That sounds a bit more technical.
It is a bit more technical, but it has the potential to impact the price of, Bitcoin and Ethereum, which I'm sure you care about.
Definitely. Break it down for me. What are options all about?
Okay, so imagine you have a friend who's really into baseball cards. And let's say they have this super rare Mickey Mantle rookie card, and you think it's going to be worth way more in a few months. So you could offer them a deal, you pay them a little bit of money now, for the option to buy that card from them later at a set price, let's say $1,000 in 3 months. Then if the card goes up in value to $2,000, you can use your option, buy it for $1,000, and then sell it right away for $2,000. Boom, you make a profit.
Okay, got it. So basically the baseball card is like Bitcoin, and I'm betting on if its price will go up or down.
Exactly. Now, with crypto, these options contracts are traded on exchanges, and billions of dollars worth of them expire this week. And there's this thing called maximum pain. It's the price where most traders who have options contracts would actually lose money.
Wait, maximum pain? So is someone, trying to make people lose money?
It's not that simple. There are people who think that market makers, the big players, sometimes try to push the price closer to this maximum pain point because it can be profitable for them.
Interesting. So how does Tesla moving their Bitcoin play into this options expiry thing?
Well, think of it this way. Tesla's move just adds another layer of, intrigue to what already looks like it's going to be a pretty crazy week in the crypto market. Because of all these options contracts expiring, it's all connected.
Okay, I see. I'm starting to see the bigger picture now. But before we go any further, I think we need to explain this whole maximum pain thing a bit more. I have a feeling it's important.
You're right. Maximum pain is kind of key here, if you want to understand what happens when these options expire. So to keep it simple, let's imagine with Bitcoin, let's say a bunch of traders, right? They bought these options contracts and they bet that Bitcoin would be over $64,000 by this Friday. Okay, so if the price is still below $64,000 when the contracts run out, those traders lose their money.
Gotcha. So $64,000 is the maximum pain point then, because that's where the most people would lose out.
Exactly. And the theory is that some of those market makers, the big guys, they might try to push the price closer to that $64,000 mark, because they know a lot of traders will have to sell their contracts at a loss as the deadline gets closer.
That sounds kind of shady. Like, isn't that manipulating the market?
Yeah, it's a pretty controversial topic. I mean, there's no actual proof that market makers always do this on purpose. But a lot of traders see this pattern, and it can make the prices swing like crazy.
So even if I'm not messing around with options myself, this maximum pain thing could still affect me. Because it could make the whole Bitcoin market move, right?
Exactly. Think of it this way. If Bitcoin starts dropping toward that $64,000 point, it could cause everyone to start selling, like a panic, to cut their losses. And then all that selling pushes the price down even more. It's like a ripple effect.
Okay, I'm officially nervous now. So how much money are we talking about here with these options? And what are those maximum pain points for Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Okay, so for Bitcoin, there are $4.2 billion worth of options expiring this Friday. And that $64,000 we talked about, that's the estimated maximum pain point right now. And then for Ethereum, there's another billion in options expiring. And the maximum pain there is around $2,600.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean for someone like me? Like, I'm not trying to, time the market perfectly or anything, but I want to make smart decisions with my crypto.
Well, it means that you've got to understand how this market works. You can't just look at the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum and ignore everything else, Knowing that this huge options expiry is happening, that could change your mind about when to buy or sell.
So it's not just about whether I think Bitcoin will go up or down in the long run. It's also about these short-term events that can make things volatile, which could be like an opportunity or a risk.
Exactly. And it all goes back to what we were saying about Tesla. Imagine if, on top of all this option stuff, Tesla suddenly said, hey, we're buying another $1 billion of Bitcoin. It would turn the whole market upside down.
Okay, my head is spinning now. Tesla moving millions, billions of dollars in options about to expire, and prices could go crazy. It feels like a crypto hurricane is coming.
Haha, yeah, that's a good way to put it. But remember, hurricanes don't last forever. The important thing is to be ready, know what's going on, and maybe even have a plan, just in case things get really wild.
Okay, so what should I be looking out for this week? As we get closer to these options expiring, what are the warning signs that things are about to get crazy?
Well, one thing to watch is the trading volume. If you see a lot of sudden buying and selling of Bitcoin or Ethereum, that could mean traders are trying to get ahead of the expiry and influence the price,
Gotcha. I'll be keeping an eye on the charts then. What else?
You also want to watch the price itself. Like, if it starts moving really fast towards one of those maximum pain points, that could be a sign that those market makers are doing their thing and we're in for a wild ride.
Right. So fast moves towards $64,000 for Bitcoin or $2,600 for Ethereum, those are red flags.
Exactly. But remember, these are just things that could happen. There's no guarantee that the market will actually move towards those points. It's totally possible that the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum will stay pretty stable this week.
So it's like crypto roulette. We know the wheel's spinning, but no idea where to land.
Haha. Yeah, I like that. But unlike roulette, where it's all random, the crypto market has all these different forces at play. Traders, investors, companies like Tesla, even what's going on in the world economy, all that can affect the price.
So even if we can't predict the future, understanding those forces gives us a bit of an edge.
Definitely. Knowledge is power, especially in a market like crypto. Speaking of knowledge, I think we should get back to Tesla and try to figure out their long-term plan with Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, I'm curious about that. They're still involved with Bitcoin even after selling some of it. It's fascinating. What do you make of it all?
Yeah, it's a head-scratcher for sure. Like, on one hand, they were all worried about the environment and Bitcoin mining, and that's why they sold some of their Bitcoin, right? But then they kept a bunch of it, and now they're moving it around. It's like they're still thinking about Bitcoin as part of their plan.
Yeah, it's confusing. Are they in on Bitcoin or not?
It's tough to say, and that's what makes it interesting. Tesla is always trying new things, pushing the limits, right? Maybe they see Bitcoin as, a big part of the future, where decentralized stuff runs the world, or maybe they're just trying to protect their money from inflation and all that.
Makes you wonder if they know something we don't, especially with all this stuff about options and the market going crazy.
Yeah, who knows? It's the big question, right? Will Tesla buy more Bitcoin this week? Will they sell? Or just wait and see what happens?
I know, right?
Yeah.
This is why I love crypto.
Yeah.
There's always something new happening, something unexpected. It's like we're all figuring it out together live.
I totally agree. It's like an adventure. And that's what makes these deep dives so cool. We've learned a lot today, right? Tesla and their Bitcoin, how options work, and how the market might go nuts.
Yeah, exactly. So for everyone listening, I hope this has given you a new way to look at the crypto market. Like we talked about, there's a lot happening behind the scenes. Big companies making moves, traders with their fancy strategies.
And with all these options about to expire, it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts. Will we see those crazy price swings, or will it do something totally different?
I guess we'll find out. It's going to be a wild week for crypto, that's for sure. I'll be watching. You should too.
And hey, if something big happens, maybe we'll talk about it in another deep dive. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember, when it comes to crypto, knowledge is everything.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.